but turned around and smiled and asked like that was okay, that behavior was okay. And again, that's back to enabling that behavior from Tawny because she remained with her. Victoria even slept with one of Tawny's best friends to get revenge because she thought Tawny was cheating on her. And so she went on social media, made this video that she was sorry and it will never happen again, and Tawny took her back. All of that is enabling behavior. And so what I want you to take away from this episode, I wrote a couple of things down. If you are in starting a new relationship, I say ask questions about the family. It will give you so much information about who that person is, why that person is the way they are. And to me, it will give you a chance to run if you need to run. Not saying you need to run, but you can get a lot from just watching. I mean, asking that simple question instead of asking, "What's your favorite color?" or "What's your favorite food?" Ask, "How is your relationship with your family? Do y'all get along?" Second, always look for red flags. Like I said in this episode, I saw like 7 or 8 red flags, and I was like, ugh, that's a lot. And see, to me, you're ignoring your intuition. You're ignoring that inner voice that's saying, something is not right. I don't know what it is, but I need to. You're ignoring that. And when you do that, and as we saw, as I pointed out, Tawny was a people pleaser. So she ignored all of that to please Victoria. And so what I don't want you to do is ignore those flags, because that's your voice advocating for you, saying, this is not a good fit. This is not, something is not right. And I won't say it's not a good fit. Well, maybe you and that person needs to go to therapy and work that out and have them work that out. But, unfortunately, everybody's not the same. So some people, when you initially meet them, they attach onto you really strongly. And after one date, you're their husband or you're their wife, and they have all these you have all these red flags, and then it's hard to get away. And that's a whole different situation. But for this situation, it progressed. Those red flags, it was one after the other, after the other, after the other. And I think if I know I'm a therapist, so I see that in people when I'm meeting them, and I try to turn it off, but I can't. And I see red flags, and I start distancing myself if it's something like a threat or something like that. So yeah, look for the red flags, and then the person with the trauma. If if you could connect with Victoria's story, her past, and you have trauma, and when I say trauma, I'm saying like murder or something that really impacted your life negatively that the normal person doesn't go through or the regular person doesn't go through. IV channel on, as if you didn't know what I was talking about, that's it. Yeah, so if you've had trauma or depression or mental health issues in your family or suicidal ideation and all that stuff in your past, go get help. Go process that with a therapist. Understand how that impacts who you are. And I think I mentioned this earlier. So I'm just reconfirming that. Please go get help. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that, you're the only one that's experiencing this, but you're unique to that situation, and you want to know how it impacts you. A lot of people don't realize that trauma, if it's not resolved, stays with you. Again, so the person that doesn't have that much trauma, and doesn't have that negative background, like Victoria did. Say, for instance, Tawny. You look at her life and you're like, oh, well, she didn't really go through anything, but she had that people pleasing behavior pattern within herself, and that's not good either. You don't want to always please people because they're getting what they want, but you're not getting what you want because you're trying to please them, and so that's not going to be good for you ever, because that means you're not advocating for yourself. If, for instance, if I want to go to the store, but my significant other doesn't want to go to the store, and I really want something from the store, but I'm like, well, they don't want to go to the store, so let me just stay home. I'm miserable. And you don't want to be a people pleaser. That's something you can work through with a therapist as well. And I'm not saying go see therapists just because I'm a therapist. I really think some issues need to be discussed and processed, because you can't move forward as a person if you are a people pleaser. And as you saw in this episode, that people pleasing for Tawny resulted in her death, because she saw all of this stuff. She wanted to please Victoria. She loved her, but it was not a good fit, just in my my sight. And so those are the things I wanted to leave with you. And for the people, for everybody, it is going to be very difficult for you to love anybody if you can't love yourself. If you've had this trauma in your background, you've had all of this negative stuff in your background, it is going to be nearly impossible to love somebody else, because you don't know how that has impacted you. And so I want everybody to take away that from this show. And again, if you have any questions that you want me to address about this video, I'm going to put my email and my Facebook contact and my YouTube contact under the video so that you can find it. And send me those questions to that email. I will read them all and I will answer them all. And I will discuss a few of them on the next episode. I will be watching the next episode of Web of Lies, which comes on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern for me. Check your local listings on your for ID channel and there when it comes on for you in your area. And so then the next episode, you'll know what I'm talking about. And you can actually go back and look at this episode. I know for me, my Infinity cable, you can go onto the app of Investigative Discovery Channel and log in your password to your cable account and watch any episodes you want. So you can look at it that way. But again, my name is Dr. Frederick Dare. This is the Dr. Dare Show. This is the first episode. Let me know what you think, what I can improve on, things you liked, you didn't like, and we'll go from there. But I thank you for watching. I thank you for who you are. Again, it is going to be difficult to love anyone else if you don't love yourself. Just remember that. Thank you, and have a good evening. Bye.